Welcome to the HFY Tales channel. Remember to like and subscribe if you like the story. Enjoy and take care.
The vibrant world of Alicia was unlike anything Roman had ever seen. Towering crystalline structures, shimmering like jewels in the sun, rose from the ground, while iridescent river streams snaked through lush, neon forests. Bioluminescent plants pulsed softly, illuminating the surroundings with hues of azure and emerald. Yet the breathtaking beauty was marred by an ominous darkness, a creeping toxicity that blighted whole regions of the land. Roman, a seasoned explorer from Earth, surveyed the landscape from his spacecraft's cockpit. He was on a mission to study the effects of pollution on alien ecosystems, but what he truly sought was adventure. Yet what lay outside his vessel was not just an opportunity for research. It was a journey that would change his life forever. As he descended towards the forest floor, his communicator pinged with alerts of deteriorating air quality. Roman donned his protective gear, the suit designed to shield him from the planet's toxins, and stepped into the alien wilderness. Each breath felt weighted, heavy with the awareness of the fate that awaited Alicia if the damage continued unchecked. It was then that he stumbled upon her. Lying among the vibrant foliage, half hidden by the glowing vines, was an ethereal figure. The being was unlike any he had encountered, strikingly beautiful, with luminescent skin that glimmered softly in the muted light. Her delicate features were marred by pain, her striking emerald eyes clouded with distress. Roman's heart raced as he rushed to her side. "What happened?" he asked, kneeling beside her, his voice choking with urgency. She gasped, struggling to speak. "The blight, it consumes us. I am Amelia, a guardian of Alicia." Roman's scientific mind raced, analyzing the scene. The energy signature emanating from her seemed to pulse along with the affected plants. They were intertwined. He quickly assessed her condition, noting the visible wounds and the signs of poisoning. "I can help you," he declared, his determination igniting. Leaning in, he activated his medkit, employing advanced technology to counteract the toxins plaguing her body. Amelia winced as the device whirred to life, but a flicker of hope danced in her eyes. As the minutes ticked by, he poured every ounce of his focus into healing her. He wanted not just to save her life, but to bring her back from the brink of death. As life flowed back into her, Amelia's breathing steadied, and the pain on her face faded. When her emerald eyes finally locked onto his, he felt something shift within him. A connection, deeper than any physical attraction, bound them, two souls from different worlds intertwined by fate. "You saved me," Amelia whispered, her voice stronger but still fragile. "It was my choice," Roman replied, unable to suppress the warmth in his chest. In that moment of vulnerability, Amelia grasped his hand, and the world around them fell away. But as reality set in, an unspoken question hung in the air. What was the cost of her recovery? As Roman prepared to ask the inevitable, Amelia's eyes darkened. "But in my culture, there is a price for such acts of valor. It is customary to offer oneself in marriage to the Savior." The weight of Amelia's words hung in the air, electrifying the moment with a gravity Roman had not anticipated. A marriage proposal, an ancient tradition of her people that felt both foreign and oddly binding. He had come to Alicia seeking adventure, not entanglement in alien customs. I don't know if I can accept that," Roman stammered, his heart racing. "I saved you because I wanted to, not because I wished for anything in return." Amelia's face reflected the conflict of her emotions. It is not merely an exchange. It is a sacred bond, a pledge to honor the life saved. It is not uncommon for love to arise from such unions, but I understand if you find it troubling. Roman took a step back, his mind racing. Images of his normal life on Earth flashed through his thoughts: friends, family, the comfort of familiar routines. Could he truly commit to a being so otherworldly and beautiful? Yet another glance at Amelia, with her luminescent skin and soulful eyes, stirred something deep within him. "What if our worlds are too different?" he asked, trying to mask his uncertainty. "What would marriage even mean?" Amelia smiled softly. "It would mean a union of our beings, of our cultures. Through this bond, you would be seen as one of my kind. Together we could foster harmony between our worlds." There are many traditions surrounding mating, sacred rites to solidify our bond. His heart raced at the mention of mating. The idea sent electric shocks through him, a mix of fear and excitement. The physical connection involved was a pivotal part of their bond, a merging of hearts and bodies alike. Yes, and it's not just about the marriage, Amelia continued, her voice dropping to a near whisper. It's about becoming one, sharing not just our lives but our essences. My people believe that through mating, two souls entwine, creating a deeper thread of destiny. Roman pictured the alien ritual, a vivid image of intertwining bodies beneath the glow of Alicia's sapphire moons. The thought both thrilled him and sent a chill down his spine. Yet the urgency of the dying ecosystems and the connection they already shared made a part of him yearn for that intimacy. I didn't come here to start a family or settle down, he admitted, his voice low. But I can't deny we have a connection. We can take it slow, Amelia suggested, her emerald eyes gleaming with understanding. You do not need to rush into anything. I only ask that you consider it. Before he could respond, a loud clash disrupted their moment. Beyond the trees, he noticed shadows moving, figures approaching with purpose. Amelia's face paled, and instinctively, she moved closer to Roman. They've come, my people will seek to claim me, she warned, her tone shifting to urgency. They do not understand your intentions. The tribal members emerged, dressed in elaborate garments woven from the notorious flora of Alicia. Their bodies glimmered in the dappled light, but their expressions conveyed hostility rather than awe. Roman felt a rush of adrenaline as he instinctively stepped in front of Amelia, ready to protect her. Guardians of the Blight, one leader shouted, brandishing a ceremonial staff. What treachery is this? You dare bring a human among us? Roman braced himself, feeling the tension crackle in the air. I saved her life, he declared, his voice steady. I care for her well-being. Care? The leader scoffed, looking between the two of them. You would claim her life, yet you do not understand our customs. She is bound to you in more than spirit. She must wed you, or our people will not accept you. The crowd murmured among themselves, doubt and fear evident on their faces. Roman glanced at Amelia, seeing the fierce determination that ignited her gaze. She stepped forward beside him, her voice strong. I choose him, she proclaimed. Roman saved my life. He deserves our respect, and we must learn to trust him. The tribal leaders traded glances, assessing the resolve of their guardian. Roman felt a rush of affection for Amelia. Her bravery only deepened their connection. Yet he knew their bond would face trials ahead. Then let it be known, the leader said slowly, that this union has begun, but the rituals of marriage and mating must be honored. You will not only fight for her acceptance, but for the chance to strengthen our worlds. With that, they began to lead Amelia and Roman deeper into the forest, toward a gathering that would change the course of their lives forever. The vibrant colors of Alicia faded into a dreamlike haze as Roman and Amelia were escorted through the forest. The tribal leaders surrounded them, their movements fluid and poised, embodying an air of authority that both fascinated and intimidated him. Roman sensed the tension in the air, a mix of skepticism and curiosity surrounding their unlikely pairing. The tribal leaders led them to an expansive clearing, bathed in the soft light of the setting suns. The ground was adorned with luminescent flowers that seemed to pulsate in tune with Roman's heartbeat. Gathered around were the inhabitants of Amelia's tribe, various members whispering amongst themselves, their eyes fixated on the newcomers as they stepped into the ritual space. Amelia turned to Roman, her expression a mix of determination and vulnerability. Here, you will witness the ways of my people. You will need to prove your worthiness, not only to me, but to them. He nodded, steeling himself for what was to come. Prove his worth. The weight of those words settled heavily in the air, a challenge Roman was determined to face. He was different from them, yet he felt a powerful connection to Amelia that urged him forward. As the tribal leaders began their chants, a melodic sound filled the air, twisting around them like a gentle embrace. The other tribespeople formed a circle, their voices rising harmoniously, creating an atmosphere filled with reverence and tension. Amelia was pulled into the center of the circle, and Roman felt his heart race at the sight of her standing so poised and confident among her people. "This is the rite of bonding," she explained softly, stepping closer to him. "It symbolizes our union. You must participate fully." The leaders gestured for Roman to join her, and he stepped forward. As he took his place beside Amelia, the chanting intensified, and the air shimmered with an ethereal energy. The tribal leader stepped forward, staff in hand, and addressed the gathering. "Today, we witness the merging of two worlds, a human and a guardian of Alicia. It is a time of proving and of love, a mating ritual where spirits entwine." He turned his gaze to Roman. "Are you ready to honor this union?" Roman's pulse quickened, a mixture of excitement and apprehension flooding his senses. "I am," he said firmly, locking eyes with Amelia. They shared a moment of understanding, a silent promise passing between them. The leader instructed them to take hands, guiding them in a series of movements. They danced slowly, the rhythm of the chants echoing in their hearts. Roman felt the warmth radiating from Amelia, her skin glowing with an otherworldly light. As they moved together, their bodies in sync, he could sense a deep energy flowing between them. "Now you must share your essences, open your minds to one another," the leader instructed, his voice a soothing whisper amidst the chaos of thoughts and emotions swirling within Roman. Amelia's eyes shone with anticipation. "This is where our true bond begins." Roman swallowed hard, unsure of what was about to happen, but ready to dive deeper into the connection they had forged. They closed their eyes, focusing on the beating of their hearts, the rhythm of their breath. In that shared space, time felt suspended, and the world around them dissipated. He felt their thoughts mingling, a dance of memories and feelings, the warmth of laughter, joy, pain, and loss. It was both exhilarating and overwhelming, as if their very souls began to unravel before one another. Images of Earth blended with visions of Alicia, his family, sunsets over oceans, and the lush landscapes of Amelia's home. Then came whispers, intimate secrets, desires, hopes. Roman's heart raced as he caught glimpses of Amelia's deepest dreams and fears as she experienced his. He realized her world wasn't just about beauty. It was steeped in tradition, love, protectorate of her people coupled with a fierce loyalty to her heritage. As their essences intertwined, Roman felt a sudden spark deep within. The warmth enveloped him, drawing them closer, intertwining their spirits. In that moment, he understood the true implications of their union. This was not just a marriage. It was a blend of lives, cultures, and futures. "Amelia," he breathed, feeling a surge of affection wash over him. The leader interrupted their shared reverie, urging them to continue. "You must now share the physical bond, a completion of this rite," he instructed. "It is a gesture of profound love and commitment." Roman's heart raced at the significance of that statement, a ritual of mating. It felt both overwhelming and exhilarating. He looked at Amelia, who nodded with certainty, her expression filled with a mixture of excitement and nerves. Taking her hand, he led her to a secluded, lush patch of ethereal blossoms glowing softly under the light of Alicia's moons. The tribal crowd encircled them, chanting softly, a rhythm that seemed to guide Roman's instincts. "Together," Amelia said, pulling him down into the soft foliage, the petals surrounding them like a sacred cocoon. "Let us honor this bond with our bodies." And as they fell into each other's embrace, the world faded away. Everything became focused on the warmth between them, the heat of flesh, the electric pulse of life racing through their veins. Their lips met, a tentative brush that quickly deepened. The kiss tasted of energy, a sweet mingling of their essences. The moment surged with emotion as their bodies responded to the primal call of desire. The air around them thrummed with a vibrancy that echoed the throbbing rhythm of their hearts. Roman felt as if he was floating, lost in the depths of her gaze and the enchantment that surrounded them. Through their connection, he sensed every pulse, every breath, weaving them closer together. The chanting grew louder, lifting them to heights they had never imagined. Roman marveled at the delicate sensation of Amelia's glowing skin against his, their bodies dancing to a melody only they could hear. As the bond deepened, they found themselves shedding the last remnants of hesitation, embracing the gift of vulnerability. Roman lost himself in Amelia, and she reciprocated with a fervor that ignited his very being. In that sacred moment, surrounded by their people, the boundaries of their worlds blurred into a tapestry of unity. The energy that coursed through Roman and Amelia during their ritual was intoxicating. It felt as though the very cosmos had joined their merging, binding their souls tighter with each heartbeat. But as they pulled away from each other, a mix of exhilaration and uncertainty settled within him. The chants of the tribe faded into silence, and the clearing felt still, holding its breath as they caught their breath. Roman glanced around. The faces of Amelia's people were a mixture of wonder and acceptance. Some looked enthralled, others appeared skeptical, their expressions shifting as the reality of the union sank in. Amelia's hand clasped in his, fierce and reassuring, anchored him as they stood before the tribe. "We are one now," she declared, her voice strong and unwavering. "The bond shared today signifies not only our love, but the unity of our worlds." Yet the tribal leader stepped forward, his demeanor shifting from reverence to scrutiny. "The union is accepted, but know this, there are trials ahead. Not all will accept this merging." His gaze pierced into Roman's. "You must prove your loyalty as a protector, not just of Amelia, but of Alicia." Roman felt a weight settle on his shoulders, the reality of the promise he had made sinking in deeper. "I will protect her, and your world as my own. I will not let your people down," he replied, the resolve hardening within him. Suddenly, a rumbling sound echoed through the forest, a vibration felt in their very bones. Roman's gaze snapped toward the treetops, where dark clouds began to swirl ominously in the sky. "What's happening?" he exclaimed, his instinct kicking into overdrive. Amelia's eyes widened with concern. "The blight, it has worsened. Something is driving it." The tribal leaders exchanged worried glances, fear rippling through the gathering. Amelia turned to Roman, worry etched on her face. "We must go to the heart of Alicia. That is where the source of the blight resides. We can undertake this journey together." Clenching her hand tightly, he nodded, his heart pounding with purpose. "Lead the way." The tribe rallied around them, guiding Roman and Amelia deeper into the forest, where a path of glowing mushrooms illuminated their way. The trees grew more twisted and gnarled as they ventured onward, reflecting the ecological devastation that the planet had suffered. As they neared the heart of Alicia, a suffocating energy surrounded them. The once vibrant colors dimmed, replaced by shadows looming over the landscape. An ominous presence filled the air, a palpable darkness that seemed to seep into his very soul. Finally, they reached a clearing marked by phosphorescent stones that pulsed rhythmically. At the center lay a pulsating orb, its surface marred by dark veins that writhed like a living creature. This was the source, the essence of Alicia itself, tainted and dying. Roman felt a surge of anger and determination. This world was not just Amelia's home. It was a world worth fighting for. "What can we do?" he asked, adrenaline coursing through him. Amelia stepped forward, her face set with determination. "I can connect with the heart. We must heal it together. But it requires a sacrifice of powerful emotions. Our love must be strong enough to balance the blight." Gazing into her eyes, Roman realized the weight of her words. "If it means saving Alicia, I'll do anything." As Amelia centered herself, she began to chant, her voice resonating with the energy of the heart. Roman felt the warmth of their bond flaring between them, an ethereal light blossoming around them. He joined her in the chant, pouring every ounce of love and hope into their connection. The orb in the center reacted, its dark veins thrumming and pulsating as they continued their incantation. They were weaving their essences together, creating a tapestry of their emotions, passion, fear, determination, and love intertwined seamlessly. The ominous shadows that engulfed the clearing began to recede, battling the warmth emanating from them. Roman felt his body surge with energy as he poured everything he had into healing Amelia's world. He could feel the heart responding to their vow, not just as a protector, but as a lover and a partner. The heart emitted a blinding light, illuminating the clearing as a wave of energy washed over them. The dark veins began to retract, replaced by vibrant colors weaving through the orb's surface. It pulsed with life, resonating with the rhythm of their hearts. Suddenly, everything shifted. The shadows of the forest darkened, coiling back in retaliation. The spirit of the blight was not going to go down easily. It battled against the energy they had created, sending waves of darkness crashing against their light. Roman's heart leaped in his chest as he instinctively tightened his hold on Amelia. "We can't give up." With renewed determination, they focused on one another, letting the strength of their bond ignite their spirits. "Feel our connection," Amelia urged, her voice powerful. "Let it fuel the magic within." The light swelled around them, and Roman could see the shadows retreating, battling one last time. But their love was an impenetrable force, overcoming the darkness that sought to destroy them. Then, with a final, earth-shattering crescendo, a beam of light shot forth from the heart, illuminating the forest in a brilliant glow. The dark presence shattered against the light, echoing with a finally mournful wail that resonated throughout Alicia. As silence fell over the clearing, Roman pulled Amelia into his arms, the warmth of salvation enveloping them. The heart pulsed steadily, now vibrant and free of the blight's darkness. He looked around. The tribe of Alicia began to cheer, their voices ringing through the trees. "Together," Amelia whispered, her breath warm against his skin. "We did it." A sense of profound clarity washed over Roman. This was more than he had ever dreamed, a life shared with Amelia, filled with purpose and adventure, rooted deeply in something greater than themselves. He knew they were only at the beginning of their journey, one that would grow richer with every challenge they faced. As they stood together, glowing in the aftermath of their triumph, Roman understood that the path ahead would shape not only their futures, but the fate of both worlds. United, they could conquer anything that came their way. The energy in the clearing buzzed with newfound life. Light radiated from the heart of Alicia, illuminating the faces of Amelia's people who had witnessed the miraculous healing. Roman and Amelia stood at the center, still entangled in the warmth of each other's embrace, their bond solidified through both love and purpose. As the tribe cheered, the fear that had lingered began to dissolve. The tribal leader stepped forward, awe evident on his face. "You have proven yourselves, both to each other and to Alicia. Your union is a beacon of hope." Amelia turned to Roman, her eyes sparkling with joy. "We did it together." The sincerity in her voice echoed the hearts of those around them, igniting a wave of acceptance. With the blight retreating, the tribe began to dance, celebrating the restoration of their land. Colors returned to Alicia's landscape, flowers blooming brightly under the vibrant energy that fueled them. Roman felt a rush of exhilaration. It was a world reborn. Yet, amid the celebration, a flicker of uncertainty lingered. Roman knew their journey was far from over. "What now?" he asked Amelia, the weight of the future resting on his shoulders. Amelia smiled softly, pulling him close. "Now we work together to heal the lands and strengthen the bond between our worlds." Together, they engaged with the tribe, planning initiatives to restore balance to Alicia. Roman shared his knowledge from Earth, blending their cultures into new ideas. He realized that he could be an ambassador, a bridge between two worlds. Days turned into weeks as they established collaborative efforts. Over time, Roman learned more about Amelia's people, their traditions, the deep respect they held for the land, and the ways to honor both their heritages. He also found joy in simple moments, exploring tranquil forests with Amelia, sharing meals under starlit skies, and uniting with her people as one family. One evening, under the glow of 1,000 bioluminescent stars, Roman took Amelia by the hand, leading her to a secluded spot where the heart of Alicia pulsed gently in the distance. "I want to ask you something," he said, his voice steady but laced with vulnerability. Her gaze met his, her expression open and encouraging. "What is it? Will you take my hand in this new journey?" He pulled from his pocket a simple, yet elegant ring fashioned from gemstones native to Alicia, a combination of Earth and Alicia crafted together. Will you marry me? Not just as a tradition, but as a promise to build our lives together. Tears of joy brimmed in Amelia's eyes as she gasped, "Yes, 1,000 times, yes." With a mixture of relief and delight, he slid the ring onto her finger. In that moment, under the celestial brilliance that surrounded them, their fate intertwined even further. They turned back to face the tribe, who waited with anticipation, having seen the promise exchange. "Today, we commit ourselves to not just each other, but to our united worlds," Amelia announced, her voice rising with passion. The tribe erupted in cheers, their joy echoing through the trees as they celebrated the union that would address their future. As Roman held Amelia close, he felt an overwhelming sense of belonging. He had walked into this alien world a stranger, but now he stood as a part of something beautiful and substantial, intertwined with the lives and hopes of Alicia's people. Together, they would forge a future rooted in love, respect, and unity. The days following their commitment were filled with joy, laughter, and the promise of new beginnings. Roman and Amelia immersed themselves in the vibrant cultures of both Earth and Alicia, breaking down barriers and building a future that honored their distinct heritages. Their wedding was a spectacular event, blending elements of both cultures seamlessly. The celebrations were a mix of traditional Elysian dances, Earth music, and heartfelt speeches from family and friends. Roman felt a swelling of pride as he exchanged vows with Amelia in front of their united peoples, symbolizing the merging of two worlds. "Together, we will face the challenges ahead," Roman professed, holding Amelia's gaze. "We commit to protecting each other's worlds and fostering love beyond boundaries." The tribe erupted in cheers, their support enveloping them like a warm embrace. In the weeks that followed, Roman became increasingly involved in ecological restoration projects alongside Amelia. Together, they educated the tribal members on sustainable practices and ways to heal the land. Alicia flourished, and so did the bond between Roman and Amelia, their love deepening with each shared experience. However, challenges persisted. A faction of traditionalists still questioned the union, fearing that an outsider could never truly understand their culture. Rumblings of dissent lingered, testing the resolve of their new life together. One day, while observing some restoration efforts near the heart of Alicia, Roman overheard a heated discussion among a few dissenting members. The voices were filled with anger and doubt, the shadows of distrust casting a pall over the landscape. Determined to be the voice of unity, Roman stepped forward. "Please listen," he urged, using all the confidence he had gained since arriving on Alicia. "I know my presence is new, but I love Amelia, and I love this planet as if it were my own. I want to work together to forge a better future for us all." The dissenters fell silent, their expressions a mix of curiosity and skepticism. Amelia stepped beside Roman, her hand clasped tightly in his. "Together, we can blend our strengths. A union built on trust and understanding will strengthen Alicia, not diminish it." One by one, the dissenters began to soften, realizing that their fears might have blinded them to the potential for growth that Roman represented. Roman shared stories of Earth, its own struggles with ecological balance, and how they had learned to adapt and heal. "I am here to learn from your wisdom," Roman stated earnestly. "Together, we can create a legacy that honors both of our peoples." Gradually, the tension in the air began to dissipate. Conversations became more constructive, and by the end of the day, Roman felt a shift, a dawning acceptance that he could be an integral part of Alicia's future. Months later, the tribe celebrated the first anniversary of the union between Roman and Amelia. The ceremony centered around gratitude for the restoration of the heart of Alicia and their blended futures. As they stood hand in hand, Roman reflected on how far they had come, both as individuals and as a united front. Romance twinkled in Amelia's eyes as she squeezed his hand. "I am grateful for what we have built together. Our love has created ripples that extend far beyond us." He smiled back, beaming with pride. "And it's only the beginning. We will continue to explore, learn, and grow together." As they shared a kiss beneath the bioluminescent canopy of their beloved Alicia, Roman knew that they had not just joined as partners. They were protectors of a legacy interwoven with love, respect, and a commitment to fostering harmonious connections between their worlds. In that moment, amidst friends and family, the future shimmered before them, a tapestry woven from dreams, cultures, and an undeniable bond that would endure whatever challenges lay ahead.